Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to discuss two very important news articles of finance. The first news article will be about the OECD that has trimmed the India's economic growth forecast, and the second news article will be about the IIFL Home Finance and that has signed the co-lending pact with PNB. These news articles are covering from 17 to 22 September 2021. Okay, so before starting with the news articles, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session. And the link of the Telegram channel is given in the description box below. So now starting with the news articles, OECD has trimmed the India's economic growth forecast. See, the OECD has cut the projection of India's economic growth forecast by 0.2 percentage points. That is, before the growth forecast was 9.9% by the OECD, but now it has cut to 9.7%. See, during the June of 2021, it was said that the India will be growing in this financial year for like 9.9%. But coming to September, the new statement that came that India will be growing at, it is forecasted that India will be growing at 9.7% in this current financial year or fiscal year, that is 2021-22. Okay, so before that also, if I tell you about, then it was 12.6% during the March. Okay, this was the forecast that India will be growing at the rate of 12.6%. But after that, the COVID cases increased and there were problems of supply chain. That's why the like in after June it was reduced. The forecast was reduced to 9.9%, and after that, coming to the September, it has been further reduced by 0.2%. That is 9.7%. And for the next financial year, that is 22-23, the forecast is 7.9%, that India will be growing with the rate of 7.9%. And if this continues, if the projection comes real, then the India's economy would be the fastest growing large economy. It would be followed by China in this financial year, that is 2021-22, with a rate of 8.5%. Okay, and in the next financial year, when India will have 7.9% of the growth rate that is projected, it will be India will be followed by Spain, and Spain will have the percentage of 6.6% in the next financial year. That is like, this is all the projections given by the OECD. OECD, the full form of OECD is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Okay, this is the definition. Oh, sorry, this is uh, the full form of OECD. So, according to OECD, the India is the worst hit among major economies, and its real GDP in the June quarter was less than 15% than the expected, like pre-pandemic forecast. So, in pre-pandemic forecast, see, let's this was the pre-pandemic output that was estimated that India will be growing at this trend. But after the COVID, the forecast came down. Okay, that the output and the income will be lesser. Okay, so the real GDP of the pre-pandemic and the real GDP of now. So the real GDP of now is 15% lower than the pre-pandemic forecast of the June quarter, and around 7% lower. The real GDP is around 7% lower of the June quarter than the December quarter. Okay, you understand, because pre-pandemic it was like India will be growing at a faster rate, it will be growing and it will be producing this much output. But after the COVID, the demand was less, the production was less because of the demand, lessening of the demand, so the output has been lower. Now you will say that if we are growing by 9.7% according to the projection, then how is the output low? I have told you about the low base effect, that in the previous video, that even if the output is lower in 2021, still what is happening, that it is showing larger growth rate because of the lesser production of previous year, because we are comparing it with the previous year now, when the output was much lower. So if we compare 2019 with 2021, the output is lower in this year, but it is higher than 2020. So this is why the growth rate is higher, but when we see in the real terms, in real GDP terms, it is lesser. I hope you understood this. If like you want to understand more about the low base effect, you can see the previous video and you can understand the low base effect in that one. And the output shortfall, see, I told you about the output shortfall, that there is a shortfall than the pre-pandemic level. And 2021, 2022. So this is according to the data of the OECD, the projection of the OECD by 2022. And the projection is that the median G20 emerging market, okay, emerging market means emerging economies and the advanced economies. So they are comparing the two economies, the emerging economies and the advanced economies. Emerging economies are the developing economies. So they are expecting or projecting that the emerging economies output shortfall will be twice than the advanced economies. That the output lessening or output shortfall than the pre-pandemic level will be twice as much in the emerging than the advanced economies, according to the projections shown by the OECD. Okay, according to the estimation or till the 2020 level. So this is the, now what is G20? It is an international organization that has the major economies, most of the major economies in it. Why am I saying like G20 countries or members are the major economies? Because 80% of the world GDP is under the G20 members. Okay, 75% of the global trade is done by the G20 members, and 60% of the uh, 60% of the population is in the G20 member countries. So G20 contains all the major economies of the world, because 80% of the world GDP is under the GDP members, 75% of the global trade is done by the G20 nations, 60% of the population is under the G20 members. I hope you understood the output shortfall thing, that the output shortfall is expected to be twice as much in the emerging nations, developing nations than the advanced economies. And in this also, India and Indonesia will be the worst hit countries according to the estimation. Okay. Now next, the consumer price inflation in India has fallen to 5.9%. This is at least a good thing in the current financial year, that is 2021-22, compared to 6.2% in the previous year. So in the 2020-21, the inflation rate was 6.2%, and in this year it has gone down to 5.9%. And if you remember the high tolerance level of the inflation set by the RBI, it is 6%. Okay, so at least we have come lesser than the high tolerance level, but we are still upper tolerance level, but we are still close to the upper tolerance level. So this is the brief that is in the given by the OECD. The GDP will be 9.7% according to the projections of the financial year 22, that is 2021-22, and the 7.9% for the financial year 22-23. Global growth is expected to be this year 5.7%, and in the next year, in the next financial year, it is expected to be 4.5%. Global inflationary pressure is seen to be fading, and by financial year 23 it will be faded more. Okay, as we saw in India also, from 6.2 previous year to 5.9% this year, and it is expected that in the next year it will be around 5.5%, so lesser than that also. So the next news article is about the co-lending pact. Okay, so IIFL, that is India Infoline Finance Limited. This is the full form of IIFL. So India Infoline Finance Limited has signed a pact, an agreement with PNB for co-lending. Okay, and IIFL HFL expects to grow its loan book, that is the record of the loans, by 25%. That it is expecting that it will give this much extra loans with the association with PNB. Loan sourcing and servicing will be done by the IIFL Home Finance, and 80% of the loan will be provided by PNB. So the servicing and the sourcing will be managed by IIFL Home Finance, and provision of the loans will be done mostly by the PNB. HFC, the home finance company or the limited, will service the customers. Okay, as we saw that it will be sourcing and servicing, that is it will be helping to inform them, to advise them, to help in the documentation from the starting of the process of the loan, giving the loan to the till the last of the process. The HFC will do all the services. So entire loan cycle will be serviced by the HFC, from the sourcing, documentation, collection to the loan. If there is any problem, any neglection in the loan payments, that will also be handled by the HFC. So this association will allow the IIFL to further penetrate into the affordable home loan and secure the MSME, that is micro, small and medium enterprises loan markets. Okay, because it is already a home finance company and it has already providing so much of the finance, but it wants to further penetrate into the affordable home markets as well as in the secured MSME loan markets. Earlier this year, it has already signed 3 agreements with one with ICICI Bank, the Central Bank of India, the Standard Chartered Bank of India. So these are the 3. The fourth one it has signed with PNB recently, and with this it has completed the 4 pacts. It has signed the 4 pacts. So IIFL Home Finance has disbursed given loans totaling to rupees 170 crore under these arrangements so far. This arrangement will help the IIFL HFL as it will be offering attractive interest rate to its customers in 17 states. See what is happening. This is also with in regard or in association with the government's reform agenda. See, the government wants that the credit should be like the flow of credit should be smooth, as well as the beneficiaries, the customers should get loans in less interest rates, so that more loans, more credit will be flown in the economy. Okay, so government wants that the loans will be provided more in number as well as in lesser interest rates, so it will help the customers, it will benefit the customers. So this is in regard. So this arrangement will also help the reform agenda of the government. This association between the IIFL and the PNB will help the reform agenda of the government. Focus areas will be, like I told you, that 17 states, customers of 17 states will be helped by the attractive lower interest rates. The focus areas will be Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Karnataka. So now, thank you so much. Here I have told you about the OECD projections. The GDP will be higher, the growth rate is expected to be high, but still the output is lacking behind. The real GDP is lacking behind. And I have told you about the signing of the pact between the IIFL, HFL and the PNB. Okay, IIFL has already signed 3 pacts before. I have told you the name of the banks as well as the IIFL, the numbers, the rupees 170 crores it has given as a loan, okay, under the arrangements, as well as we saw that the loan cycle, the servicing will be done by the IIFL, HFL, and the 80% of the loans will be provided by the PNB. So thank you very much, and if you have any query, you can mail in this mail ID, and thank you.